Okay, it is a very late one, guys. It's already 7:15 Saturday night. I'm getting in my pre-workout meal now. This is a bit of a late one. Although, I mean, technically speaking, to be honest, because Saturday night or Sunday morning, midnight, is when I do the Anabolic Bodybuilding podcast with Paul and the boys. I'm going to be up late and into the early hours of tomorrow morning anyway, so in retrospect, it's not really that late of a training session or that late of a pre-workout meal on a Saturday for me. On another day, a typical day of the week, it is. I wouldn't be doing that, although, yeah, given the unique nature and circumstances of my Saturdays as of late, or since basically I got to Thailand, yeah, I'll be having my pre-workout meal a bit later tonight, and yeah, shortly after this, head to the gym and train. So because of the deload week, it's a little bit all like jumbled up and muddled up. I had those 3 complete days of rest after that Monday push session or Monday chest and tricep session. So, funnily enough, tonight is going to be chest and triceps. But I mean, I might even, depending on how I feel when I get to the gym, I might even make the call and have another rest day tomorrow and just do pull tonight. Because I mean, if I do push tonight, or chest and triceps, I should say, because there's only really one delt exercise in it, a side delt exercise, so you can't really say it's a chest, shoulder, tricep session or push session. It just doesn't really feel right. So I train chest and triceps basically tonight, and then back and biceps tomorrow, and then it's going to be the new week, the day following that, which means back to chest and triceps. Training chest and triceps with only 24 hours rest between doesn't sound like a very good idea to me, and I don't really want the deload week to be all in vain and for nothing. I mean, the whole point of a deload week is to recover more than you normally would and mitigate systemic fatigue. And I mean, people, maybe for a strength athlete, get a little bit of super compensation, but for a hypertrophy focused trainee or a bodybuilder, it's not really for that purpose. So, I mean, to mitigate fatigue, systemic fatigue, and just freshen up in preparation for the new week, I don't want to kind of basically just ruin and sabotage the whole point of this week by doing exactly that, not recovering enough between sessions, between the final sessions of this week and the first sessions of the new week. So I might skip training tomorrow and just do a back and bicep session tonight, which was obviously going to be tomorrow's, and then have a rest day tomorrow and start the new week fresh. So that way I'm not training chest 2 days apart. So yeah, I'll see how I go. Anyway, I got my chicken and rice meal, funnily enough. Something different for a change, not really. It's the same stuff that I eat every day. So I eat this, watch a little bit of YouTube, and then I'll go to the gym, and yeah, you'll see what I train. Whether I decide to train back and biceps or chest and triceps, it'll solely depend on what I decide, spur of the moment sort of deal. I might actually even heat this up a little bit. It's pretty cold by the looks of it. I hate eating cold meals, especially chicken and rice. Unless if I have to eat chicken and rice cold, like I will not do it. I mean, there was times where I used to work in construction when I was in my early 20s. And yeah, like late teens, early 20s, I'd eat cold chicken and rice because I kind of had no choice. Sometimes, depending on which site we were on, whether they had a kitchenette. But not today, not these days. I don't have to, I'm not going to do it. I like to enjoy my food, and it's hard enough getting the food in as it is right now, let alone making it even more unappealing by it being cold. I mean, maybe if I was dieting, I could eat cold food because, I mean, you're just hungry all the time. But when you're in peak off season, pushing a lot of food, appetite's already struggling to keep up. The last thing you want to do is make your food less appetizing by having it cold. And I find it's harder to eat cold chicken and rice too because it's not as tender, it's not as soft. You have to chew it more. It doesn't go down as easy, and that's not a good time, especially pre-workout. So I'll heat this up. See you guys at the gym there. Alright. got the EAAs ready to go. Oh shit, what's this? A receipt. A receipt was stuck to my energy drink. Normally I don't drink these, especially this late at night. However, it's currently 8:30. I've got the podcast at midnight and I'll likely be up. That means until at least 3 a.m. because it'll finish around 2 a.m. my time, and then I'll have another meal, get ready for bed, take my supplements, and then it'll be bedtime. So that'll be, what are we looking at? Probably 4 a.m. bedtime. So I mean, it's like 7.5 hours from now. So if I drink this, it's not the end of the world. Like, I'm still going to be able to sleep. There's only, spilling it all over me, 130 milligrams of caffeine. So I metabolize caffeine pretty quick. I found half-life for me for caffeine is roughly about 4.5, 5 hours. So in 4.5 to 5 hours, I'll have about 60 milligrams of this, and it'll be 30 milligrams by the time I'm going to bed. So 30 milligrams of caffeine in my system is fuck all. Like, it's less than a Pepsi Max, so it'll be fun. Okay. So you probably tell I decided to do it back. I just figured, you know what, deload week, if I hit everything with a once a week frequency, that's a pretty good deload week if you ask me, even if I go a little bit harder. So I'll do my back and bicep session tonight. Actually, I'll just do my back session tonight. What I'll do is tomorrow I'll just train arms. Bit of a bro session. Maybe a little bit of rear delts or side delts as well. See how I feel. Probably rear delts because I got a little bit of side delts on Monday, the following day. So yeah, I'll just do back tonight. Maybe rear delts. See how I feel. And yeah, do some arm work tomorrow. So one warm-up set, 3 working sets, and then on to, I believe, single arm pull downs. First of the 3 working sets. Last week, I mean, I'm not really aiming for a PB to be honest, because it is a deload week. Well, technically I shouldn't be, although I will anyway, because that's just me. That is just me. So pullovers are 14, 13, 12 last week, so I can go 14, 14, 12, or 14, 13, 13, and that will be the PB. So see how it goes. I'm not gonna like destroy myself in pursuit of a PB though. I'm only gonna take a bit of a set. That can wait till next week. Oh. Oof.
Just had a spontaneous chat with Steve. It's always good. I really appreciate that guy. I don't know if he watches my videos, but if he does, I just want to say I appreciate you, man. Yeah. I doubt he watches my videos. He's too busy for that shit. But yeah, always good to chat to him when he's here. I don't get to run into him much these days because I've been training earlier lately, and he always trains a different hour then. So yeah, but time to get this second set out of the way. First set I got 15, I believe, so that was a rep PB. I might hit a PB on a few sets. Feeling actually really good after this deload so far, so yeah, need to pace myself. Don't want to shit the bed and make next week harder. I'm actually very surprised how fresh I feel tonight. Feeling a little bit tender going into the session, but I mean, performance is really good. Just goes to show sometimes you've got to do what you don't necessarily want to do. In my case, a deload. I was scouring the gym just then for some 25 pounders, 25 pound plates. All I can find 35s and 45s there, so I'll just stick to the 245s each side. And I got, what was it, this weight last week for 2 sets of 12, and rep range is 8 to 12. So ideally I'd want to increase the weight. Should have probably finished that energy drink. It's nearly 9 p.m. I should probably increase the weight, but I don't want to put a whole 45 pound plate on each side, like another 45. I also don't want to put a 35, it's still too big of a jump. I mean, 25 pound extra each side is kind of already pushing it as it is. However, because I'm at the tail end of the rep range, the higher end of the rep range, 12 reps as of last week, I think I can afford to make an ambitious jump like that and then just hit 8 or 9 reps per set. I just can't find any though. So I'll do the first set, and if the first set is too easy when I hit 12, say I just hit it with a couple reps in the tank and it's not quite on the cusp of failure, or quite enough on the cusp of failure I should say, then I'll just get some 5 pounder plates or something like that and throw each £5 each side, so it's only a £10 increase in total. Although, I mean, it'll still be some sort of progressive tension overload from last week, and therefore a step in the direction that I'm headed. Alright, let's go. Let's give this a shot. When I'm doing this exercise, or any kind of like single arm vertical pull, to be honest, as I go up on the stretch, I'm focusing on trying to take my arm, like the forearm, further away from my body, so up and kind of forward almost. And as I come down, it's almost a little bit more of an arcing motion, kind of trying to pull down but also pull inward. So it's not quite a straight up and down motion. If you're trying to recruit the lats a bit more, I do find that's useful. Okay, second set now. I just lowered the seat a little bit. The seat was just a little bit too high on that first set. I believe it was making the reps just that little bit too easy in that stretch position. Because I mean, given that the loaded stretch contributes so much to muscle hypertrophy, you probably don't want to be shortchanging yourself, let's just say that, in that stretch position. So make sure that you've got the seat set to the appropriate height for you. That's going to vary from person to person, obviously, depending on your limb length, your torso, so your anthropometry. It's all going to vary slightly from person to person. Another thing too is, you probably notice, like, if you watch that first set, when I pull down through the concentric, the handle actually diverges, so it comes away from your midline. Whereas like on a hammer strength press, usually they converge, so they come together. But on the vertical row, hammer strength vertical row, and some of the other hammer strength rowing machines, it diverges. So it's basically moving further away from your midline as you approach the peak contraction. So in order to get more of a shortening in the lat, a good thing you can do, or a little strategy, is just basically slightly stagger your position on the seat. So you're basically shifting to the side that you're working a little bit more. So that way, when you get down to that peak contraction, the hand isn't as far away from the midline of your torso. You're able to keep that elbow in closer and get more of a contraction in the lats. So something that I like to do. So I'll show you what I mean. So Steve has officially converted me. I'm going to be doing the old school T-bar rows from now on instead of the chest supported. But I have no clue if I can lift this because I haven't done these in years and I haven't even done a warm-up set. Just kind of jumping to what I would assume to be a working weight, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. And because this gym has both kilo and pound plates, this is a mixture of 33 and 35 pound plates. Or I should say 15 kilo and 35 pound plates. So let's see how they go. Dumbbell does not want to stay up there. Oh well. I figured I should probably provide an explanation for why I'm using the smaller kind of diameter plates instead of the 45s. Like, probably thinking to yourself, like, why don't you just use the 45s? You can use less plates then. And yeah, sure you can. But you're going to reduce the range of motion. You're not going to get as much of a stretch at the bottom. And then that's going to negate part of the, I suppose, most beneficial portion of the actual rep itself. So I think it's a bit stupid. I mean, sure, on a bench press, for example, I think you're just, I don't know, a bit insecure and stoking your ego if you use a bunch of smaller plates, unless you're doing some sort of strip set. Like you're just doing straight sets and you load up 6, 10 kilo or 6 25 pound plates each side. You might as well just do 3 20 kilo plates or 3 45 pound plates each side, because the diameter of the plates don't negatively impact or affect the actual exercise itself. Whereas on a T-bar row like this, it does. So that's my reason for it. That bar was definitely not moving anywhere, but that second dumbbell I put on the end made the exercise a lot harder because it's pretty much rowing that weight plus, say, 50% to 60% of the weight of this dumbbell here. So I might put it back because that that bar isn't going anywhere. But that was the final set, only 2 sets of these. So on to the final movement and then maybe rear delts.
You don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet underground. I'm ostracized and traumatized by everything I'm not alright. I'm lost inside, and anything I say you better listen up closely. Mostly, I'm the one and only, bring it home slowly. Hand your boy the trophy, patience is holy moly. I got him hating on me like Michael hates Toby. Force like I'm Obi, you know the one Kenobi. Force fed baloney by phonies, just wanna rule the world, call me Mr. Steel Girl. Easy gave me the referral, now he's worried about a jail. Yeah, coming out strong, I've been here for a long time. Started off online, finish off all time. They can call me crazy cause I rap like I got rabies. I'm confident, not lazy, and I'm dominating lately. She want me like some pastries, I'ma give it to these ladies like I'm Hefner in my 80s. Still I'm pushing up daisies. Don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet. Don't wanna fuck with me, don't wanna test your luck with me. Cause if you try to fuck with me, I'll take all your body parts to a fucking graveyard 6 feet. I can taste it, I'm fading, why am I still waiting? What are y'all debating? It's really irritating. You hear what I'm saying? Fear got him shaking, you won't ever find a fucker like me.